Hello, everyone. If you don't know me, I'm Marcy. I have 4 kids, the youngest of whom is Freya. There she is. She has a rare syndrome called Cornelia de Lange syndrome that affects growth and development. Now, we were in Freya's room playing with the beans. If you guys have been here long, you know she loves the beans. They're the best. They make lots of noise. They feel nice on her hand. Now she's going to play with her second favorite toy, I would say, which is the elephant. Makes lots of noise, vibrates because there's a fan in there. There it is. I wanted to address one of the most common comments I get. I would say it's not really a question, more of a comment. And before everybody comes and is like, you don't have to explain yourself, the whole point of my channel is to explain life with a disabled child. And I feel like when I get comments, over and over again, even the nasty ones, I look at it as they just don't understand. So let's explain. I wanted to explain oral sensory seeking behavior, which is what Freya has. I get comments all the time. Did you know she has something in her mouth? She shouldn't have that in her mouth. You got to be careful. And I understand that it's not a common behavior for kids Freya's age. Freya's 4.5. Oral sensory seeking behavior is very common in infants and up to about 2 years old. It is another way that children can explore the world. If you see Freya, come here. You have a perfect example right now. You will see her play with something. Look at it with her eyes. Spin it in her fingers. And then right in the mouth. That is because she is trying to figure out, usually, what is this? She can touch it with her fingers. She can see it with her eyeballs. And then she feels it with her mouth. Very, very common. Freya is developmentally, I don't love the developmental tests they have, but having had 3 other children before, I'd say other than walking, she is about developmentally about 18 months is where I would put her as far as socialization, the way she plays, the way she explores. I'd say about 18 months old, a year to 18 months. So developmentally, this behavior is totally, what's the word I'm looking for? Appropriate. Totally appropriate for where Freya is developmentally. She is exploring. The second thing, I'm going to say there's 3 things. So the second thing is Freya is sensory seeking. She loves sensory input. And I'm going to turn around so you guys can get a glimpse of Freya while I talk. So Freya is sensory seeking, meaning her body needs more sensory input than the typical person to feel at baseline. Most of us will get sensory input from where our body is. I'm getting sensory input by sitting on the floor. I feel the floor on my body. I hear that iPad. I can see Freya moving, which, believe it or not, gives me lots of sensory input watching other people move. So I'm getting sensory input from all of that, from seeing myself in the camera. And that to me is enough, sometimes more than enough, to feel like I am good. I know where I am. I know what's going on. Freya requires more. She requires more movement, more noise. Yes, you know I'm talking about you. More noise, more movement, more lights to feel like she's good and she knows where she is and what's going on. So we try to provide that for her. Part of that is having stuff in her mouth. That is a very big sensory input for her. It helps keep her calm, which kind of leads into the third thing. Having something in your mouth and sucking on something is a very normal thing, a thing that we really need her to do to be able to learn how to eat, to eat out of her sippy cups, to drink her milk. All of those things, she needs the practice of sucking. And you can't hear, but she is sucking on that. So we try not to take that away because it's a very important part of her development. She's just hitting it later. Typically, you would see that in infants and 1-year-olds. So we try very hard to make it safe. And I know the tiny little things make people nervous. And I will address that because I'm not going to say Freya will never choke on something. She has never choked on these little things. And that is what she prefers to put in her mouth. We have tried they have like necklaces that she can chew on. We've tried 5 different kinds of those and they are not cheap. Anything marketed toward the disability community, you are going to pay so much more for. A little piece of silicone. She didn't like any of those. She has her binky, and that she doesn't, she uses her binky when she sleeps and when she's tired. She used to use it all the time, but not anymore. So she's not really interested in doing that with her binky. She loves the tiny things. And so while I'm always around her, I never leave her to go to sleep with a tiny thing in her mouth or anything like that. When I'm around her, I feel confident that A, she's not going to choke, and B, if she did, I would be right here. And hopefully that never happens because, as I said, it hasn't happened. But it's just so important for not like her mood, her development, for her to feel comfortable and soothed. All of those things she gets from having something in her mouth. So there's your little blurb on sensory input. I fully expect her to be sensory seeking orally her whole life, just with how fixated she is. Are you getting sleepy? She just put her binky in her mouth. She's gonna lay down. You getting sleepy? Yeah, I see you have your binky. I see that. Good job. She loves to show things now. So I fully expect her to be this way her entire life. I'm hoping as she gets older, we can find something that she can have around her neck. Right now, when she goes to preschool, they let Freya pick out a toy at the start of the day, let her have that in her mouth all day, and then clean it at the end of the day. And that works well for now. One thing about having a disabled child is things are ever evolving. I guess that's any child, your typical child too, right? Nothing ever stays the same. Things are ever evolving. So we just do what we do now, knowing in the future we'll probably have to change that. I don't know if you guys can hear her. She's making her sleepy noises. It's like a, huh. So, if you have any comments on her sensory seeking behavior, let me know. That's just her oral sensory seeking behavior. Girl has all types of sensory seeking behavior. She loves spinning. She loves just any type of movement, jumping, bouncing, swinging. She loves loud noises. She loves loud music. We play the music really loud in the car and she loves that. She loves all the sensory input. So today was just about that oral sensory input. I've got to clean up these beans before you fall asleep because like I said, I won't leave the room where they're all out. So yeah. You getting sleepy? You want to have a little nappy? I would love for you to have a little nappy. Then I can get some stuff done. Should we have you? There's her newest. I got a new band for my watch and put it on, and she has loved this band ever since she was born. So I just gave it to her. It's a little piece of silicone, hoping that she'd carry it around and chew it. Not put it down the vent. She loves this vent. It makes lots of noise, doesn't it? We have it closed off, so if you do drop stuff down, it doesn't go all the way into the floor. There's the binky. All right, I'm gonna hurry and clean up these beans and then hopefully get her down for a nap so I can work out or clean or both. That'd be great. So thanks for hanging out with me and enduring my explanation of oral sensory seeking behavior. I'm not a professional. I just can speak to our experience with how Freya has been with that. And that has been our experience, and that's why we let her chew on a lot of things. I know it makes a lot of people nervous, but trust me that I'm the parent and she's okay. Thanks for being here, and I hope we'll see you next time, which is going to be Freya's ultrasound. She's getting her kidney ultrasound, so come back for that. We'll see how much I can film of that because it's hard when I'm alone and having to deal with Freya and having to deal with another person in the room. I am very aware that not everybody shares everything of their lives, so I try to cut the other person out. So we'll see how it goes, but I'll definitely give you an update on how it went if I can't get any video. You're silly. I thought you were going to take a nap. You just rolling around your floor instead? Go, go. Roll, roll.
You don't want to see a tooth, don't look.
Show me where it was in your mouth.
What?
You've been working on that for how long? Like a week? At least.
More than a week.
More than a week. Finally came out today, huh?
Yeah.
Good.
It's just like, what? That seems so... It's just like kind of like twisting it and then it just fell out.
That's so exciting. Oh my gosh, you have the hiccups. Yeah. Can you say bye-bye? Say bye-bye, everyone. See you next time.